Hello. Welcome to Ztarli's stream. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Thank you, Zipper. I'm never sure if my microphone's working properly. So welcome to my first proper stream. The original one was a complete failure, so I've started something new. So I'll actually be drawing on my tablet, which is what I normally use to draw. I don't usually draw on my PC. I use my Samsung tablet, and I found a way to get it to work with YouTube so I could see the chat and draw at the same time. So that's what I'll be doing today. Now I wasn't sure which you guys wanted to see, so I can either continue drawing on a picture that I already started in the painting stage, or if you want to see some sketching or stuff from scratch or just make suggestions, we could do that too. Did anybody have any preferences? I'm also sipping coffee, by the way. It's early for me. I could draw cats. You might hear my cat. She might get up. My cat Biddy likes to meow at me a lot. We can do some cats to start with. Yeah. Yes. Everybody loves cats. Even my husband, I converted him with my cat Biddy. I catch him snuggling her all the time. It's been a while since I've drawn a cat, but it's start with the head because that's how I like to start drawing. There we go. I drew a cat. I'll draw a cat properly. I'll draw. I like making rounded ears. I'm just using a bamboo brush, by the way, in case you didn't notice me picking that earlier. That's how a lot of people draw cats. They're actually not that easy to draw. They actually have weird shapes. I usually use reference, but both my cats are still asleep, so. My cat Biddy has this pointy chest, which I think is cute. And reminds me of a show called Kimber, which is super duper old, but I had a tape of it and I used to watch it all the time. It's Kimber the White Lion. It's the thing that everybody says the Lion King was originally based on and they didn't give credit to. As per usual, I've run out of space. Let's just make this smaller. Your cats don't really have many expressions. They kind of express mostly by their eyes, so it can be a bit hard to sort of get cat expressions across. And their faces are actually a bit trickier than people think. Their noses are longer than people think, but they also cats can have very different shaped faces. So, for instance, my cat Biddy, she's a little bit fluffy, so her face can look quite round. But if you pat her, you can actually see like she's got distinct cheekbones and that kind of thing. And she looks almost, if you when you pat a fur flat, she almost looks like an oriental cat. And they can have very long faces and very distinct sort of jawbones and like the ridges around the eyes. So cats can look very different, but yeah, it can be because a lot of people just think cats have flat faces, but from the side they do have a little bit of a nose. The other thing is that sometimes when you do a cat realistically, it doesn't look like a real animal because they tend to have these weird, uh, their legs are kind of like sometimes like jelly. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but cats can be weird. They're good for animators to learn with because they definitely can squash and stretch a lot. So you can have a lot of fun sort of squashing them down and stretching them out and it still looks natural. Where animating stuff like horses is insanely difficult because they don't really squash or stretch and I don't know, the legs look like they're made out of metal or something. Horses are one of the hardest things to draw in my opinion. And I always make sure my cat have eyebrow whiskers because my cats have very distinct eyebrow whiskers. You can definitely see them. Yeah, like one of my cats would definitely bite me if I touched her feet. But Biddy, she's pretty relaxed, so I can grab her feet and squeeze her little toe beans, and she's adorable, and I love her. So here's my cat and a cat from the side as bonus. Man, I haven't drawn cat feet in a while though. I guess without reference, that's kind of how I would do them. They've got their extra nub too. I got pretty lucky with my cats. They're not too destructive. There are office chairs second hand, so they're kind of wrecked anyway. Um, but that's the only thing my cats really destroy is they use the office chairs as scratching posts, but they were second hand and they were already wrecked anyway, so I'm not really sure. My cats are not bothered by sounds usually. I have dogs as well. They're not bothered by fireworks either. My cat Biddy is afraid of thunderstorms because I live in Tasmania and we don't have them here. So when the rare occasion happens when we do have a thunderstorm, she freaks out and she runs and hides. And I actually don't know where she hides. I don't know how because our house is very small, but I've literally not been able to find her sometimes, despite knowing her usual hiding places. She has special hiding places for thunderstorms. Did anybody have any other suggestions? Anything else they'd like to see me draw? I like to do dragons most of all. I think that's a little bit obvious. They've always been my go-to thing. Um, Even before I was drawing properly, I just drew like doodle dragon eyes and dragons on the side of my page when I was supposed to be doing schoolwork. I didn't really draw dragons properly for quite a while. I actually started off when I started drawing properly, I was a anthro artist or a furry artist. So my really old stuff is all of like anthros and things, and there are a couple of dragons in there because I said they're kind of like my default thing. If I can't think of anything to draw, then I'm gonna draw a dragon. But I didn't really start drawing dragons honestly and like a lot until probably like last year or something. So, and this year is definitely the year I've drawn the most dragons. I could try. I'm not very good at open mouth expressions, but I could certainly give it a go. Um, slug, slug cat is. I'm not sure. Is that the one where it has like it's a dystopian world and it goes around um with a little robot friend and there's like head crabs everywhere sort of thing, or is that something else? Surely everybody knows about Night Furies. Yes, I love How to Train Your Dragon. I love most dragon things, let's be honest. It's kind of like dinosaurs. I wish all the Jurassic Parks, even though I don't consider them all good. No, I'll have to check it out. I haven't played many games recently, but I'll. A hard game, you say? I'm not super fond of hard games, but I'm pretty stubborn, so I'd probably start playing it, and if I enjoyed it, I just would keep playing it until I managed to do it. I once had this dragon game. It's a bad dragon game, by the way, called it was called Lair, and it's really bad. It looked good, and I got it because there aren't many dragon games. Um, but I was playing it and I just couldn't defeat this boss, and I didn't know why. And I just played it for hours on end trying to defeat it. And it turned out my game was actually bugged and it was not possible for me to win. And I actually had to take the disc out and clean it, and then it was winnable. So it's a sort of example of my stubbornness. I just kept playing it for hours because I really wanted to defeat it when really a sane person would have stopped playing it. Oh well. All right, let's try draw a fierce dragon. Mm, I'm not very good at open mouths. Whee! I'll have to check it out. Thanks for letting me know. There's a lot of undoing in my drawing and erasing and fixing. You probably noticed. So this is my super rough sketching. This is when it makes no sense, but it makes sense in my mind, and I'll make it make more sense with another sketch layer. No, I probably do a fair bit of drawing late at night. Because I have a day job, generally if I've worked during the day, I'm dead tired at night, so I generally won't draw if I've been like taking like doing my I guess we call normal job. Because I'm just too tired. But on the weekends was when I do all my art pretty much. And I usually will draw at night, mostly because I like doing stuff in the daylight, outdoors stuff. So um, I won't actually sit down and draw until later in the day when there's less stuff to do outside. But yeah, I can be creative at any times. I can also have art blocks just like everybody else can. I'm gonna try Mickey's. That's okay. I have a lot to do today anyway, so it's kind of good I got up I got up early because it just means I'll have more time to do things. And I do things early on a Tuesday because I'm home alone. I don't work during that day. It's my go day for art. It's when I finish up all my videos. Um, and it's when because unfortunately because I live in Australia. I love living in Australia, but it seems like nobody else lives here, and so I have a similar problem with like the awesome games. Um, Tried to communicate with them and getting responses from them is a bit difficult because I'm only free for art over the weekend, and of course generally they're not working. So Tuesday is Monday for them. So it's my most productive day because I actually get responses straight away from them and I can finish up things and then be ready for the next weekend. So it's just something like a lot of Australians, if you're doing anything online, you just get used to the time zone thing. Yeah, I do have hay fever, so I might mute myself occasionally to blow my nose. I have taken antihistamine, but they just take a little bit to work. I think I'm gonna end up with a lot of layers here. I still got my cats. Hmm. Oh, am I on the right layer? Yes. Now try to do scrunchy dog face because that makes them look angrier, but it's not the easiest to do. It can look a bit lumpy. It sort of goes like this. This is the top of the dragon. But yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to do and hard with scales. But I think like if you do scrunchy angry face, it definitely makes it look a bit fiercer or more and more exaggerated expression, I guess. I have this downward bit here, so he looks angrier, or she looks angrier rather than happy about the situation. Because if we do it like this, it looks like he's just joyously murdering people. But I want it to be angry. It's angry dragon. and always do this joining mouth bit. I think that's a vestige of drawing dinosaurs, because you don't have to have it like that. You could just have it like this. And because your cheek is just stretching, but I think because I like watching Jurassic Park and stuff, um, it's just how they did the T-Rex. So I kind of always did it like that without thinking, but I should probably look up reference on how mouths actually do. Forked tongue? I like forked tongues. I'm going to make it a forked tongue. What accessories should this dragon have? And by accessories, I mean horns and scales. Like a bull. Like pointing forward or pointing out to the side. I like forward pointing horns. Like this. Actually, I think that looks really good. Yeah. Good suggestion. How do we feel like a big frill as well? No? Yes? Do we have a one like this too? I don't like that one. Oh yeah, like like that kind of thing. This is a fat neck. Spike beard. Or did you just spike beard's probably better than frill beard? like the flame stalker. I was thinking of doing that, but I didn't want it to look like a flame stalker. It looks pretty not like a flame stalker though. Hmm. I think his neck's too fat. Now, do I make the head bigger or the neck smaller? Hmm. I love the select tool in this program, by the way. I love that if I cut something, it'll paste it exactly back where I've cut it. Photoshop doesn't do that, which astounds me. Like, it's a pretty expensive program, and some of the features in this little app are better than the subscription I pay for the massive art program. So I still have it because my husband uses Photoshop, but honestly, I barely use it at all anymore. Is this a wyvern or a dragon or a drake? I'm kind of a little bit limited on the programs I use because I use an Android tablet and I don't use the PC for drawing anymore. I could use it, but with my PC, I have a drawing tablet, which means I draw on the tablet and look on the screen in front of the tablet. With my Android tablet, I'm drawing directly on the tablet as if I would on an art book, and I just find that like way more natural and way more fun, and it's also super light so I can draw while watching TV and that kind of thing. So really getting this tablet encouraged me to draw a lot more. I had actually sort of stopped drawing almost entirely until I got this, and then I because it was so easy to take everywhere and just doodle while you were doing other things. I just find this better for me. It works better for me. A winged serpent, huh? I don't know if I've ever drawn one of those. Uh, it's gonna take some thinking. Like, do I give it a chest or do I just make it a snake? Or hmm. I've gone back to super sketchy mode. Oh, I forgot to put my background music on. It's kind of weirdly quiet here with nobody else up. You may have noticed I can't do straight lines or neatly curved lines. That's okay. That's what the smoothing tool is for. Would he be that angry over a lizard? Maybe somebody else ate his lizard. Music's kind of more for me because it's just weird here, sitting here alone. Because no, I said husband's still asleep. He usually wakes up before me, but I got up early. In my lounge room, but even my cats are still asleep. It's been pretty hot here, and today's like the first cool day we've had for a little bit, so it's also dark, which means everybody's just sleeping. I think his head's too small still, or the body's too large. It just looks a bit odd. That's a bit better, I think. Now, how do I attach wings without adding muscles? Hmm. Well, let's decide which way this thing's facing first. This is the belly area. I guess I just can't have muscular wings. He's got like a rattlesnake tail. Yeah. I've created a difficult angle for me to draw wings for. Mm, this could work. Maybe. You can kind of tell I've never drawn one of these before. I can't really Google snake with wings. They don't exist. I suppose there'd probably be some drawings. Hmm. If I was a snake with wings, how would I attach them? I think I've just done myself in with the angle I've decided to draw this at. It's a pity I can't turn it around. I think it looks better than the other way I was drawing it. I'm going to make a second layer for the second wing though, because I've got to draw it behind everything. Kind of thing. Okay, I think that's sort of like a good rough. I don't think so. I'm really bad at remembering names and stuff, so maybe. The dragon books I read I started reading, and it's not really a dragon book, but I did start reading Game of Thrones before it was created into a TV series, but I honestly couldn't get past the first chapter. I kind of found it a bit boring. I read a lot of Dragons of Pern. I read Wings of Fire. Uh that that might be the one that my friend lent me. I only got to book 2 because I didn't have the rest of the books. I'll have to Google it to know for sure. Just give me a second. I don't think so. I don't think oh, no, I think I did. This is the one my friends lent me. To know, I've got the second book actually in my bedroom, so I should check if it is it. I think it is. Yeah. Is it the start of it like he gets like bonded with a rare dragon on a ship or something, and then they're like stuck together, and there's like bomber dragons. Yes, okay, yeah. No, I did like that. But as I say, I don't have the rest of it. I've only got I fully read book two, and I got partway through book. Sorry, I fully read book one, and I got partway through book two, and I borrowed it from a friend at my work, and they've left that work, and I've left that work, so I don't know how to return it to them or to get the next book. I should just buy them really, or borrow them from a library. Yeah, I get reading's kind of a weird thing for me. I had learning difficulties growing up, so I actually couldn't read until late high school when I was like, I guess I was 15 or something. So I really didn't read much when I was younger. But I I kind of got super into reading when I did learn to read properly, and I just go in these weird spurts where if I feel like reading, I'll just read non-stop and read entire series in like a week. Or I'll just suddenly stop and I just won't pick up a book for a while. And I think that was the last book I picked up. Oh yeah, audiobooks. Unfortunately, my husband listens to a lot of audio stuff, but when I'm drawing, I generally zone out. So if I'm doing something and listening to something, I'll stop listening to it. I'll just won't hear it anymore. But all my friends all liked having background stuff on while they're drawing, and it was just kind of like white noise for me. What color should we make this dragon? The power is yours. Like this. This color. Oops. Like that kind of color? Or do you mean like dead black? You know I don't use black. Yep. Well, I'll just use this color for now, and then we'll use the... Yeah. Well, I'll just mark out where the color's going to go, and you can now see I'm using purple lines. Then I can use the hue saturation. Ugh, I hate flat coloring. It's the most boring part of the process, in my opinion. I'm not doing line art. I decided I'm just going to do a straight color. I think I'll still have that behind wing on a separate layer because I know it's going to be annoying to color otherwise. Okay. I'm gonna merge everything together. Yeah. My stuff sometimes looks confusing, but it's okay because I know what's going on. What is this? I just created a layer for no reason. Yes, I did. I don't know what happened there with the purple, but that's okay because I'm gonna paint over everything anyway. Having this problem lately when I draw too big and then I can't make my brush any bigger than this. So I don't know. I either need to make a series of brushes that are larger or I need to stop drawing in 4K size. But I like drawing in 4K size. He's a chocolate dragon. Especially if it's hot. You'd melt. I hope he's not a fire-breathing dragon in that case. Do you want a different color belly? Do we want a lighter belly or a darker belly? Like a snake? Should you have snake scales? I've decided it's a he, by the way. White chocolate's the worst of chocolates. It's the grossest. We have white chocolate belly and dark chocolate frill. Gross. No, I struggle with thinking of colors. This is fine. This is... It's fine. I'm sure it'll look good in the end. I don't often color with browns, actually. So this will be fun. It'll be great. It's slowly taking shape. I am going to make it have dark chocolate horns though, because dark chocolate's my favorite. Oh, no. No, I'm gonna make the horns the lighter color, and I'll make the frill dark chocolate. You also have that caramel chocolate. I forget what it's called. You have all sorts of chocolates. Really, we know there's only the three. I could just put food dye in it and call it green chocolate. Grass chocolate. It probably exists. Are you not counting white chocolate? Yeah. You're right. It's not a real chocolate. I don't like white chocolate. It's way too sugary for me. I like dark chocolate with the richer flavor. I don't like sweet stuff that much, so um yeah, I like the dark chocolate. My husband likes the sweet stuff. So if anybody gifts us white chocolate, I just hand it straight to him. There's a chocolate factory in Hobart, actually. But it's Cadbury's, which is the Australian sort of chocolate. But it's very sugary, so I'm not actually a huge Cadbury's fan. I much prefer like um, the European chocolates that are less sugary and more cocoa-y, I guess. Like, I don't know, I can't think of one now, but not Cadbury's. Cadbury's chocolate, in my opinion, is not good. That's not very Australian of me, but it's just not. Um, I think chocolate might be sweeter. Like Cadbury's is a very sweet chocolate. I don't think our food is as large or as fatty as it is in the US. So we don't have supersized McDonald's. The large is as big as you can get. Meal sizes are smaller in Australia, but certainly, yeah, it can be just as sweet or sometimes sweeter. We also call things slightly different. So chocolate is chocolate bars. I think they call that candy. We call candies like sugar sweets, like little round sugar sweets or jelly, like jelly bears or something. That's candy for us. We have a lot of imported stuff though. There's not a like we do have our own brands, but we also have a lot of stuff from other places. This dragon kind of looks like he's melting at the moment. I've forgotten his other eyebrow. I guess it's a eye ridge on the other side of his head. Here we go, he has one now. Hmm. Did you get up to much for New Year's? Were you just hang out at home, or I pretty much just stayed home. We can see the fireworks from our place, so we just went out and watched the fireworks and then came back inside. I still haven't gotten my alt to elder. I had to create an alt account when I became a developer, so they gave me new keys to make an alt account, and I had elders on my main, but I can't play normally on my main anymore. And I just couldn't be bothered eating all those mushrooms, so I don't have any elders on my alt, but that's okay because I'm pretty sure we're all gonna have to have new dragons when the new game comes out anyway. We have like 9:30 fireworks here for the kids so they can pretend they made it to New Year's. What's a train boss fight? Maybe I'll look it up after the stream. I'll have a look. Um, I kind of just got a bunch of stuff about different games. So, do you mean like How to Train Your Dragon or? Never heard of it. Do you think I should have weird colored mouth or normal colored skin color mouth? Well, yeah. Yeah. Then I can give it blush. Yeah. Gross. It's rose chocolate. Yeah. So you found out what they meant then. I don't mind watching other people play horror games, but yeah, I kind of get a bit frightened of them myself. I know that sounds silly, but I don't like. I used to play Alien vs Predator, and playing as the people, the humans, always used to terrify me. I never actually played Minecraft. I've thought about it. I like those kind of games where you like build stuff, but I don't know. I guess I was too old when it was new, and I just never really got into it. I played like Stardew Valley, and I played Animal Crossing. Does that count? I'm 37. Also, my husband's a school teacher, so he was exposed to a lot of Minecraft. He also doesn't like playing computer games, which makes me slightly sad because I'd love to play dragon games with him. I once forced him to play the Spyro game. We co-op. Um, but he's not as stubborn as me. So when it got to the final boss and we couldn't kill it in one go, he just stopped playing. So we never actually finished that game. Yeah, I could easily have played Minecraft. I just wasn't part of the hype, and it was just something I never got around to doing, I guess. There was a Spyro game you could co-op. It was the series before they brought out Skylanders, like the last of the. There was like a trilogy sort of thing. You were like Spyro and Cinder, and you were joined together, so you had to work together. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I played Skylanders too, but like I don't like what they did to Spyro. Man, his head looks weird. But I enjoy Skylanders as well because I like playing co-op games. I like playing with people. So and that game is very easy. So my husband actually played it a lot. But if stuff gets too hard, he just doesn't like computer games that much. So if it's too hard and he's not having fun, he just stops. Yeah, I just get incredibly stubborn. Like must defeat boss. Oh, it's not so important now to finish games because you can, if you really want to see how it ends and you don't want to go through the hardship, you can just look it up on YouTube. I think I need to decide what color the background's going to be. Is this a desert dragon or a swamp dragon? Forest? Well, I'll just do this. It's a kitchen dragon. Hmm. Not a bad idea. Maybe it's actually tiny. Hmm. This is an egg. This is a cracked egg, in case you can't tell. That's the eggshell. And this is flour. And that's sugar. All right. The point of this was so I'd know what color the underneath of it was, so that I can decide what the reflecting color will be. But it's pretty much gonna be, well, if I make it a white bench, then you can't see the flour all over everything. Maybe like a granite top. That's not a nice reflecting color though. What color are people's kitchens? Well, it looks okay. Yeah. If I make it white though, you won't be able to see like the spilled flour. So I want to not make it white. Yeah. Yeah, I have a dark grey bench that's also speckly. This is an egg. Oh, what direction if I even got the light coming from? I think it's coming from over there. See. That's a pretty cool idea. I could have like a stream of light coming across it. Flour's not really blue. I should probably do it. I just didn't want to have the same color as the egg. Yeah, that looks more like flour. Light sauce. What color are fridge lights? Stick with me here. Oops. Now I'll just dump an entire color on here. It'll be easier than trying to select it. I like this idea. We work better together. But I wouldn't have come up on this idea on my own. Yeah. What could it be? Pickled onions. What do people keep in their fridges? It's kind of cold down here mostly, so the only thing I keep in the fridge is open sauce bottles, meat, milk. Yeah, I was thinking that too. So maybe it's a pantry because I like this beam of light. We had a lot of leftovers during Christmas because I couldn't go anywhere. So I just stayed home because I was still COVID positive, and my husband brought me back stuff from all the gatherings. So we had a bunch of food in the fridge. I might have to color this all in one layer. Otherwise, it's not going to be very coherent. All right. I haven't saved any of this yet. Probably should do that. What happened to my egg color? Oh, I didn't color it. That's what happened. I'm not I'm not sure I'd be upset if the dragon ate a blue egg. I think I'd allow that. I'd give that to it. It can have the blue egg. They are kind of transparenty though. Nope, wrong layer. Yeah, I'm gonna have to merge everything. Because these layers up here, um, they're like multiply and overlay layers, but I want to use those colors to paint with. And I can't really do that unless I merge them, and I can't just merge them down once because this happens. So I actually have to merge everything so it's all on one flat layer like this. So the whole thing's colored. So I should just start here. What even is this? Oh, it's the egg. Now it'll work. It's been a while since I've done everything on one true layer. I've still got a cat here. It's a very small cat. Well, I do call her Bitty, like itty bitty kitty, so you know. Maybe it's an ornament. Wrong layer. Wrong color. I suppose I should decide what color these horns are eventually. Yeah, I guess that looks okay. Do you think grey? Well, thanks for joining and suggesting everything. It's actually been really cool. I'm really glad I did this. There's still time to add input. Yes, I'm still streaming.
How's it going?
They can hear you.
Oh.
Say hello.
Hello.
This is my husband. He's awake now.
I'm gonna wait for ages.
Happy?
A little bit.
Nancy says hi.
Hi.
And good morning. So the kettle's probably gonna boil and it's rather loud. So if you start hearing a hissing noise, that's why. I don't know why we have such a loud kettle. Do you have electric kettles? Like, do you just have a switch that you turn on for your kettles? Or do you do like, I think like Americans still have ones they put on the stove or something? Yeah, yes, that works. I got really drunk on a energy drink once, so I don't like them at all. I was asking if you use electric kettles or if you use stove kettles. Because I heard Americans use stove kettles, but in Australia, everyone just has an electric kettle. They just turn a switch on and it boils it. Yeah. Why would you have a stove kettle? Oh, okay. That's pretty neat. trying to make this head less flat looking. I kind of colored it flatly. Instant cup of noodles. Instant cup of noodles? Because aren't they instant already? Yeah. You pour boiling water in and then you wait and then you eat it. I actually haven't had any in a long time. I used to have them all the time. And now, because I'm lazy, at my office job, I have mac and cheese, which you just put in the microwave for 3 minutes and then you eat it. Because I'm not really near any shops and I'm too lazy to bring my own lunch. So that's what I have. But I only work there 3 days a week. You don't like mac and cheese? It's not good for you. It's also chock full of preservatives. Doesn't stop me eating it though. Maybe our mac and cheese is different. It definitely has a distinct flavor. I think ghost peppers. I don't mind a bit of spice. I eat lots of things. I think the brand of is an Australian brand. I'll just look it up.
Is it Kraft?
Yeah.
I think they're a Canadian brand.
Is it?
I know they have Kraft dinner, but they might be something different.
Turns out there's a lot of companies called Kraft. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Yeah. It's in US. It's a US brand. Well, they probably have mac and cheese then. I actually really like how this picture's going. It's definitely got more interesting lighting than most of my pictures do. Well, the mac and cheese that I eat is a macaroni noodles, and you just put water in it and put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and then you add a powder to it, which turns it into this orangey cheesy stuff. So I don't actually know what's actually in it because it's really processed. But if I was to actually make mac and cheese, yeah, I guess I'd put cheese in it. You can add bacon and stuff to it too, and make like a creamy cheese sauce for it, and it's just macaroni. It has to be macaroni, otherwise it's not macaroni and cheese. His nostrils are a weird shape. Maybe you should have more like snake nostrils where it's not so raised. It's just like holes on his face. He should probably have teeth too. He's just gonna gum people at the moment. Bless you.
Yep.
Santa also blesses you.
Thank you.
Oh, oops! I forgot this is all on one layer, so I cannot erase it. All it's gonna do is reveal the cat behind it. Okay. This is generally why I don't usually merge till right near the end. But that's okay. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be a delight. kind of forgot about its head frill. Yeah, I will try to do it more often. It really depends on how much time I have. And you're trying to schedule it properly. Yeah, if I finish it, I'll definitely put it up, like my other stuff. And the stream will be available to rewatch as well. So if you really want to spend like an hour rewatching it, 2 hours apparently, you can. I'll finish it. I promise. I have to. It's a collaboration. Good night. Thanks for coming. It's been really great. Bye. Are we gonna name this dragon? Is it gonna have a name? I'm really awful at names though, so you have to think of a name. Oh, I named the Discord dragon that I made. It's got the best name. Its name is Diamond because it has diamonds on it. I'm so creative. You can kind of tell where my strong suits are. But yeah, and my own dragon is just named after me, Ztarli. So my middle name is actually Ztarli, and I just named it that. I don't usually try that hard. I'm just like, yep, that's his name now. But I have been made fun of for my names in the past. I did used to play Dungeons and Dragons, and every time I named my character, everybody would pick on me. I They'd always find it really funny that I came up with really simple, stupid names like Shadow and stuff. But it was just part of the fun. It was just like the thing that we did. I haven't been playing it recently because I've been too busy with art and stuff. I kind of stopped going when I got the Be Awesome Games job, so that I'd have time to do that on the weekend. But my husband still goes to it and they still play. So I can always rejoin if I want to. Oh yeah, I was gonna give it teeth. Kind of forgot. That's a pretty good way to sort of come up with names. I'm so useless at it. I'm just not very good at remembering names at all in the first place, so I tend to choose simple names that I won't forget. And I unless I actually know someone and have met them quite a few times, I will actually just forget their names. I don't like the scales. I think they're too small, maybe. I seem to have avoided doing the teeth again. Truffle. Is that Tiamat? Tiamat's like the evil dragon god from Day of Dragons.
From Dungeons and Dragons?
Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, you're correct. I like fudge and truffle. I think that's cute. Fudge, maybe? If it's truffle, I have to put like little speckles on it, little dustings. Fudgy. I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of these. Matt,
Yeah.
come pronounce these words for me.
Are they words?
They're words-ish.
I mean, yeah, I think you had it. I'd say Kakioris or Yasazia, Rizvni, Ziafudge.
Fudge kind of cool.
Fajisa.
Fudgy. Do you have a favorite temper? Well, dragons are kind of like anything, so you can just name it like you'd name your cat if you wanted to. I'm trying to do sort of snakish scales on this thing too, so they're kind of like flat, platy a little bit. Maybe we should have a poll to decide the dragon's name. Put it on my Discord. I'm spending a lot of time on this head. But I think it's looking good, so I'm happy. Choco gun. Kugon. I'm really bad at this. I think Choco gun could work. Choco gun the tasty. I wouldn't want to try eat it, I don't think. It might sting a bit. It might. Does it have poisonous fangs? Is it a poison type dragon? I guess it's a chocolate type dragon. Oops. Huh. I have a long way to go. I'll just crop it. It's just the head now. I wouldn't do that. Or would I? Yeah, I don't think I'll do the whole stream of it because I it seems I've dedicated to painting this properly, which means it's gonna take me a very long time. But I kind of feel like it deserves it. So I have been streaming for like 2 hours now. I'm kind of getting hungry, so I probably will stop soon. I should do its teeth though. It's starting to look good. You mean it didn't look good? It didn't look good before? Where was this a tube of brown? I might look up some reference to chocolate later so I can try and make sure it looks even tastier. Maybe next time. I was thinking I like doing metallic dragons. I was going to do I want to draw a picture of the new bio skins. So I want to do like the gold one's really cool. I love doing gold. So ultra gold dragon or the white one. But silver's fun too. I haven't done silver in a long time. Yeah, I like bluey silver anyway. Um, if I do silver, I always have like a bluey silver, not a grey silver. But I don't like desaturated colors anyway, so it's always gonna have a tinge of something. And if you have it yellow, then it just looks like white gold. So I make it bluish. Yeah, the problem I have with high saturation is it's really hard to shade. Like if you use a top color, it's really difficult to get like lightness and darkness into it because it's just too saturated. So generally I save high saturation for like really bright spots like in the eye or something like that. So even like though this picture looks pretty vibrant at the moment, I've not used like a top corner color. So like these fully saturated colors because they're just a little bit harder to deal with. And it also means that if I want to increase the contrast later, it's really hard to do that. I have two monitors, one that's set up especially for printing. So it's set up so that it would match what would be printed. Unfortunately, it's not very good at blacks. So I have a second monitor that's more saturated, like the contrast's up on it, and things look nicer on it. But I have both, so I can sort of, if I'm going to print something, I can see what it will likely look like if I were to print it. True, but it's just easier to have two monitors anyway. Oh, I did this on the wrong layer. That's the teeth layer. And then that wouldn't seem like a problem if I'm blurring like I am now and the stuff isn't on the same layer. It doesn't blur together. I've lost something here. The horns don't look as good. I think I got rid of some of the shadow. It's better. I do a fair bit of mixing, so you'll often see me do this thing where I turn the opacity down and just go over top of a color, and then I teardrop the color that it's created. It's kind of like painting in real life, where you're mixing the colors together. Only way easier, because I don't actually have to mix the colors together. Oops, that's the eraser. Yeah. I definitely rely on digital art too much. Occasionally I'll go back to real media drawing and I'll do stuff like I'll try grab the drawing and move it around the page, or I'll try to do the undo button. So I'll be clicking down the bottom of the page. It doesn't work in real life. There's no undo button for real media. Bless you. Jesus.
You again.
You're very loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Oopsies. I did teeth. Yeah, I've planned a bunch of pages myself, but I'm kind of like bottom of the rung when it comes to the development team. So, but everything has to be approved by Jo. So if he doesn't get time to look at what I've sent, I just don't get a response, which means I just can't do anything. So we planned a bunch of stuff out, and I've done planning pages. They just haven't been approved, so I just can't do them. And I definitely cannot do them or even think about starting without waiting for approval, because I have had stuff in the past where I went ahead and did a bunch of stuff and then like they just changed their mind. So I don't do anything without them going, yes, go ahead, do it, because it's just a waste of time if I do. So I've kind of not done anything for a while because of all the stuff that's been going on. They're trying to get that 1.0 update out. So it always goes, they always look at animators and model stuff before they make it to my stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of story stuff we did plan out and we haven't even touched on it yet. Really, we just did this fighting piece at the start that's not even really part of the story properly yet, but there's a lot of story that has been planned out. And as soon as they approve it, I will just drop everything and work on the page. I can get a page done a weekend, so I just need them to say I can go ahead and do it. But yeah, expect there to be a lot of flame stalkers for a while. I imagine there'll be shadow stalkers eventually, but they haven't really been mentioned in the story stuff yet. So, I don't know when they'll be in it. I'm guessing they'll be in it, like, because there's the Dragon Wars, and they're all dragons, not wyverns and stuff in it. So, I'm guessing they'll be there somewhere, but there's no main character shadow scales yet. But I'm looking forward to them being in it because they're less formal and they'll be, I don't know, they'll be more fun to do dialogue for. Because at the moment, the Flamestalker dialogue's kind of a bit stilted because of how formal they are. Like, you can't shorten anything they say. So they're quite large speech bubbles. And the ice behemoths are kind of the same. So I'm looking forward to having shadow scales in it so it can be a little bit, there'll be a bit more banter, I guess. They'll have a bit more fun. But yeah, the main characters at the moment are the Flame Stalkers. They are Wyvern main characters. There's obviously the Ice Behemoths. There will be a Fire Behemoth one, which I'm glad they hadn't put in yet because they haven't even finished designing it. And I was a bit surprised when I had to do the Ice Behemoth and they hadn't even finished designing it and I was already drawing it. So they hadn't even done the main skin for it properly before I had to draw complete Ice Behemoths and color them. So I kind of had to make up half the stuff. It was really difficult to find reference pictures for them. Same with like the worms sounds. Like I just made up a sound for them because they didn't have one yet. They do now, but they didn't when I was drawing the comics. So if people are like, "Oh, the comic's not accurate," well, it's because I was doing it all before they made half the stuff. So Dice Beam is actually more fun than I thought they'd be. I was a bit worried at first, because they were a bit of a weird head shape. Yeah, a little bit. I Yeah, and I've also done other stuff. I haven't just done the comic. I have actually done some UI stuff for them. It's really hard to tell if they're actually going to use any of it or not. Jay did implement the cursor I made for them immediately. So if you play the test server and you see that little dragon cursor that's on the menu screen, I actually made that. And I made a bunch of other stuff too, but it's really just like he just says, "Oh, can you try this?" And I try it, and if he likes it, he uses it straight away, and if he doesn't, then I never hear about it again. It kind of just gets left. There's kind of a bunch of other stuff I was doing other than the comic, just stuff I could do, think up ideas and stuff, and send to them without having to wait for approval. I hope I'm allowed to say all that stuff. Well, I didn't spoil anything, I guess. And with I drew that fire behemoth, and before I uploaded it, I had to check with Jail that I could. I made sure to only use public reference pictures for it because I actually have access to the developers thing, so I see everything. I see everything they're working on as they're working on it, the changes that they're doing. We're all part of the same big forum, so I see a lot of spoilers. It's kind of cool, but I can't tell anybody about it. So, and some of the stuff just never sees the light of day. I think it's one of the things people don't always get is like, I see a lot of people commenting and being like, oh, why are they still making models? They should be focusing on animation. Like, but a different person does the models. They're not doing the animations. They're doing more models because they've done all the ones they needed to and they're not involved in doing the other stuff. It's not like because they're doing the models, the animators aren't still doing the animation. I mean, even as an artist, like just me, there's so much stuff I just never finish or never continue to pursue because it's not working or it just doesn't look right or that kind of thing. And you saw, like, I put all those whips up on the Patreon. Um, most of those I will never return to. Some of them I actually dislike looking at now. So there is little chance of me returning to those images. All right. Well, I feel like I've done a lot on this picture, but really all I've been doing is the face. But I think I'll call it there. I've got to um, do some stuff today. I've got to eat for one thing and go out and get some stuff from the post office. So, yeah, I think we'll stop the stream. Yeah. It's been super duper fun. So thanks for coming and chatting and stuff. And I really enjoyed this. I thought this was a really cool creative process. And I used to do what we call art jams all the time. There used to be a bunch of other artists that lived in Hobart and we'd all get together and draw together. And I always found like more people there are in a session, it just inspires you to draw better and you sort of have more creative input so you have better ideas and you can work through stuff together to make better images. So, and I kind of forgotten that until today. So thanks for coming and putting your input in. It's been really enjoyable. And I like our chocolate dragon. Alrighty. Well, thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.